relax, then let this warm tale bring you calm and comfort. Salvia and Angelonia, a tale of care. This story is about a kind girl named Salvia who cares for an injured magical salamander named Angelonia, forming a lasting bond of friendship. Once upon a time, in a quaint little village nestled between rolling hills, lived a young girl named Salvia. Salvia was known for her kindness and her ability to light up even the darkest days with her smile. One beautiful spring morning, while wandering through the lush, verdant forest near her village, Salvia stumbled upon something extraordinary. There on a sun-dappled rock lay a tiny salamander. Its skin glistened like precious gems, and it had a serene, almost magical aura. Salvia knelt down to observe the salamander and noticed it was hurt, its leg caught in a tangle of thorns. Without a second thought, Salvia gently freed the tiny creature from its predicament. "I am okay," she whispered. To her amazement, the salamander replied, "Thank you, kind human. My name is Angelonia." Astonished, Salvia realized this was no ordinary salamander. Angelonia explained that she was a guardian of the forest, tasked with keeping the balance of nature intact. However, in her effort to save a nest of baby birds from a mischievous fox, she had gotten herself into trouble. Salvia, filled with compassion and awe, offered to help nurse Angelonia back to health. Over the following days, Salvia took Angelonia under her wing. She built a cozy little bed out of soft moss and tender reeds, ensuring that Angelonia was comfortable. She fetched fresh water from a nearby stream and gathered the choicest insects and fruits for her new friend. Angelonia began to heal, and during their time together, she shared stories of the forest, tales of ancient trees and mystical creatures that roamed the woods long before humans set foot in them. The bond between Salvia and Angelonia grew stronger with each passing day. They learned from each other, Salvia gaining insights into the delicate balance of the natural world, and Angelonia discovering the warmth and kindness of human hearts. One day, as the sun set and bathed the forest in a golden glow, Angelonia announced she was fully healed and ready to return to her duties as a guardian. "I will never forget your kindness, Salvia," she said, her eyes shimmering with gratitude. "Whenever you need help, just call my name and I will be there." Salvia smiled, tears of joy brimming in her eyes. "And I will never forget you, Angelonia. Thank you for sharing the wonders of your world with me." With a final embrace, Angelonia disappeared into the forest, her form melding with the shadows of the trees. Salvia returned to her village, her heart filled with a deep sense of fulfillment and connection to the world around her. And true to her word, whenever Salvia found herself in need, she would softly call out Angelonia and feel a gentle, reassuring presence by her side. The forest, once just a place of beauty and mystery, became a symbol of friendship and the power of compassion. From that day on, Salvia knew she was never truly alone, and the care she had shown Angelonia was always there, reflected back in the love and support of a friend. Let's drift softly into the next tale. Dahlia and the Snail with Faith. This story is about a girl named Dahlia and her snail friend, Dahlia, emphasizing the power of faith in overcoming challenges. Once upon a time in a small village, surrounded by golden fields and gentle hills, lived a young girl named Dahlia. She had bright blue eyes full of wonder, and hair that cascaded like waves of sunshine. Dahlia loved exploring the world around her, finding joy in the simplest of things. One sunny afternoon, she found a tiny snail in her garden and decided to name it after herself. The two became inseparable friends. Every day, Dahlia would talk to the snail, telling it stories and secrets. She believed that even the smallest creatures deserve love and friendship. One day, a terrible storm hit the village. The wind howled like a wild beast, and the rain was relentless. Dahlia was worried for her tiny friend, so she brought the snail inside her cozy home. She made a small, warm bed for the snail near her own. As the storm raged outside, Dahlia held the snail close, whispering words of comfort and faith. "We'll get through this together," she said. The storm eventually passed, leaving the village soaked, but still standing. Dahlia and the snail stepped outside to find rainbows arcing across the sky. The world looked fresh and new. "See," Dahlia said to the snail, "we made it through because we believed." The snail seemed to nod in agreement, its tiny antennae swaying gently. From that day on, Dahlia and the snail continued their adventures, their bond stronger than ever. They explored new places, met new friends, and faced challenges with unwavering faith. Even as Dahlia grew older, and the snail moved a little slower, their connection remained the same. They had learned that faith could move mountains, or at least help them weather any storm. Let's move gently into another comforting story. Hana and Blossom's Cheerful Adventure. This story is about Hannah and her brave puppy Blossom spreading cheer and joy around their village through small acts of kindness during a day filled with adventure. And once upon a time, in a small village nestled between the hills, there lived a little girl named Hannah. She had a smile that could light up the darkest night, and a heart filled with endless cheer. Hannah was never seen without her loyal companion, a brave puppy named Blossom, who had a fluffy coat that shimmered like the morning sun. One bright, crisp morning, Hannah and Blossom decided to set off on an adventure to bring cheer to everyone in their village. Hannah packed a picnic basket with freshly baked cookies and warm apple cider, and Blossom wagged her tail excitedly. They first stopped by the home of Old Man Sato, who had been feeling lonely lately. Hannah handed him a cookie, and Blossom nuzzled his leg. His eyes sparkled with joy as he invited them in for a cup of tea. Next, Hannah and Blossom visited the orphanage at the edge of the village, where the children's laughter had faded away. Hannah organized a treasure hunt game, and Blossom ran with the children, lifting their spirits with every woof. The air was filled with giggles and cheers once more. As the sun began to set, Hannah and Blossom's final stop was the home of Mrs. Yamada, who had recently lost her husband. She was often seen staring out the window, tears in her eyes. Anna gave her a warm hug, and Blossom licked her hand. They stayed with her, sharing stories and reminiscing about happy times, until the stars dusted the sky. Visiting buyers, Yamada thanked them for reminding her that happiness could still be found. Tired but content, Hana and Blossom walked back home under the twinkling night sky. The village was filled with newfound laughter and joy, all thanks to the cheerful adventure of Hana and Blossom. With heavy eyes, Hana climbed into bed, and Blossom curled up at her feet. They fell asleep dreaming of more adventures, and the endless cheer they could bring to the world. Okay, now let's wander into a new tale. Harmony between Lantana and Borage. This story is about Lantana, a gardener, and Borage, a winter spirit, who find harmony and friendship despite their contrasting powers by understanding and working together. Once upon a time, in a village nestled between emerald hills, lived a compassionate young woman named Lantana. She had a gift to nurture plants, and her garden flourished with vibrant flowers and lush green leaves. Near the village, in a grove of silver birch trees, resided a winter spirit named Borage. Borage had the power to bring the serenity of winter to the world, painting everything in glistening frost and gentle snow. The villagers, although appreciative of Lantana's garden, often lamented the harsh winters brought by Borage. One winter, the frost came early, and Lantana found her beloved garden encased in ice. Rather than despair, she sought out Borage in the silver birch grove. When she found him, she spoke gently, explaining her love for the garden and the sadness of seeing it wither. Borage, spared a few words, but deep thoughts, listened intently. He confessed his solitude and his duty to maintain the balance of the seasons. Lantana proposed a compromise. She would plant winter blooms that could thrive in the cold, bringing beauty even to the snowy landscape. Borage, moved by her kindness, agreed to lighten the frost round her garden. As seasons changed, Lantana and Borage's friendship blossomed. Together they created an enchanting winter garden, a stunning display of harmony between frost and flowers. The village witnessed the merging of both worlds and celebrated this newfound love. From that winter onwards, Lantana and Borage exemplified the unity of nature over its extremes, reminding everyone that true harmony lies in understanding and collaboration. Their bond grew deeper, showing that warmth and cold, human and spirit, could coexist beautifully. Good night. May your dreams be filled with kindness.